Welcome to Dials and Dice. Thank you for joining us, everyone. So tonight we have myself, Lee, and we have a special guest commentator. So we have Nate filling in for Steven as Steven is playing. How are you tonight?
I'm doing great.
Excellent, excellent. So glad to have you on the stream. So tonight we have TimOpin, and of course, like I said, Steven. So the man, the myth, the legend. So, um, why don't we go over these lists here real quick? Do you want to kind of go into TimOpin's list for me, Nate?
Sure thing. Yeah, so he's flying Droid Swarm. He's got a mix of vultures and hyenas. So he's got looks like 3 Techno-Union bombers. Two of them have the struts and plasma torps. One of them has got the struts and probe droids. And then, let's see, he's got 3 vultures with struts and discords. And then, very interestingly, for his squad leader, he's got DFS 311, which is that's the droid that can share his calculate at range 0 to 3 instead of just 0 to 1.
Gotcha. All right, that's a lot of ships. So this could get interesting. So I personally could not fly these because that's just too much going on in my head. So. We've got a scum and villainy list for Steven. That is pretty much the standard for our man Steven. So it looks like he is going to be flying tonight. He's going to be flying Constable Zuvio. So running with Prox Mines, Dead Man Switch, Delayed Fuses, Composure, Pattern Analyzer, and they're pointing at stuff on the screen. Give me 1 second. I think they're getting impatient. Oh, gotcha. All right, I'm punching that right now. Give me 1 second, folks. Getting impatient. There we go. All right, so we're going to be just a little bit behind. So let's get back to his list, though. So let me flip back on over. So in addition to Zuvio, so we've got... Oh, and I think I missed his Delayed Fusions Composure and Pattern Analyzer. And then we've got a Skull Squadron Pilot, so just running with Fearless, and then another Skull Squadron Pilot, so running with Fearless, and big surprise, Skull Squadron Pilot running with Fearless. So, Steven's got some pretty cool art cards. We've been kind of nerding out over here. So let's just zoom in and take a quick peek real fast before they get... Oh, they're starting... I think this Constable Zuvio is pretty cool.
Yeah, I really like it. It looks like a retro baseball card or something.
Yep, it should say Tops on it somewhere.
It should.
Looks like Steven made these custom Fearless cards, so that do not want to appear the other way. But yeah, pretty cool stuff. He made those himself. But anyways, let's get in on the action.
Yeah, so it's very interesting because Steven's list really likes the skulls want to get close and personal, just range 1, right in front, because that's like other bonuses. But jousting a droid sword is usually just about the worst thing you can do.
Yeah, that was my thought. So, did Steven know what he was coming up against? I don't even know, Nate. You're playing in this tournament, aren't you?
Yeah, Steven knew about this, and it looks like he talked about all the strategies. He's going to be using Green Skull as kind of bait, hoping to see if he can draw Tim into a bad engagement.
Gotcha.
And we'll see if Tim, takes the bait, or I guess if Tim is, playing smart, he might, kind of slow roll it and force, Steven to come to him. Or maybe, who knows, maybe he has a good lunch, so he might be able to rush in and snatch that bait from Steven. We'll see him.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. All right, while I'm thinking about it, folks, I am going to toss up, the betting. So give me just 2 seconds. All right, who will win? So we've got bet 1. So just hit exclamation bet space 1, and then for player 2, which is Steven, we're gonna hit exclamation bet space 2. So feel free to use those dad points at the end of the Renegades tournament. We will be using those points to hand out a copy of the K2SO card as well as the Predator card. So get in on the action.
I'm also interested to see what Steven tries to do with the Zuvio against this list, because the way he's built, Zuvio both with a tractor and with the mines out the front, he also likes to do force. And so it's just, if he can flank the droid swarm, that could be good, but droids are really good at turning 90 degrees. They can be a little tricky to flank.
Yeah. Hey, and Handy, I think you got to put your number of points that you want to bet too. Sorry, Steven typically runs these, so I'm not super familiar, I'm afraid. I'm going to hand out, I think he handed out 100 points last time, so anybody watching right now gets 100 points. Thank you for joining us early and hopping right in here when you guys saw it go live. There we go. Appreciate it, and Handy.
Yeah, that may or may not be me.
Oh, yes. All right, thanks. I knew that too. That's the funny thing. I'm too busy trying to figure out these loyalty points. Sorry.
It's all good. I'm looking here at Tim's list. It's interesting that, I'm just looking at his munitions. His plasma torps won't be as useful as they might against a different list because only Zuvio's got shields. But still, it's a 3 dice, 2 to 3, where you can deny that additional evade dice at range 3. And that, I think that will make these hyenas a real threat for Steven, because, not only do his fangs want to engage as close as they can, but now he can even make engaging at range 3 that much worse for them. So not only is it suboptimal because they're not getting the Ring of Fearless and face-off mods, but they won't even get that extra die.
Nice. Alright, so we've got him rolling again. So he's not necessarily slow rolling. He's coming in pretty quick. Round 2, he's already a little over halfway past or halfway across the board.
Yeah, he's got like speed 3, so he's kind of like, speed. He's not, blazing fast, but yeah, he's not slow rolling either.
So I understand you are out on the road, Nate. So what part of the country are you in?
Currently, I'm like right on the border of Massachusetts and New Hampshire.
Okay. Get some lobster.
Yeah, if all the lobster restaurants.
Yeah, I'm pretty far inland. I try to avoid most seafood around here.
Yeah, it's probably none too fresh.
It's been a little while since I've been out to either of the coasts, but anytime I head out there, I eat my few years worth of fish and then come back inland.
Oh, yeah, you gotta do it. Seafood's one of my favorite foods, period.
So where do you what neck of the what's your home base?
My home base is Raleigh, North Carolina, so me and Steven are actually local to each other.
All right. We definitely get a lot of North Carolina folks following us.
Yeah.
All right, Steven coming in with a 3 bank.
Yeah, it looks like he's doing his best to kind of come in and flank or even come in behind these droids. And I'm just curious to see how well that works out.
Yeah.
I mean, so far it's looking good. I'm just curious if Tim will, how long he's going to wait before turning around. moving to engage, because he could easily just, hard turn to his left here and just have a firing line essentially.
Right.
And those probe droids are in a good spot too to provide him early locks. Looks like Steven's aware of that. He's trying to shoot them down.
Right. Now, do you think he's going to keep his formation nice and tight for the good first portion of this at least, or do you think he's going to split off, try to dual engage?
Well, I haven't seen how Tim plays, so I can't say for certain, but it looks like he's planning on keeping them tight for as long as he can.
That's so many firing arcs. It's intimidating at times, assuming that they can get it pointed in the right direction, of course.
Yeah. And he's got them so tightly bunched up. Like I said, the whole point is just melt whatever one ship comes into their they're trying to get a hard check on that thing.
Alright, posting out in the Discord for the Renegades to hop in and join us. Alright.
So it looks like Steven managed to kill that probe droid.
Nice.
I'm kind of excited to see if FFG continues introducing more things like shake droids and the buzz droids that are the...
Yeah.
I forget what the terminology is for them, but
the swarm?
Remotes, that's what they're called.
Oh, right. Yeah, we've got some... it's nice to finally have the waves coming up here in the near future. We've got, what, a little less than a month, or a little over a month, till we get Wave 7?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see some new ships. It's been a while.
Yeah, I'm so, as a separate player, I am so stoked for those gunships, those HMP gunships. Man, that side slip thing they can do.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be Tokyo drifting all over the board. I'm just gonna have to, bring a little custom music player into the tabletop with me and just start playing the initial D theme song as much as I can. And Eurobeat intensifies.
Nice. So we had a pretty big lull in X-Wing news there for quite some time, didn't we?
So yeah, we did this real spam on the X-Wing news.
Alright. Steven is coming in.
Yeah, so I think that this next moving and engagement set could really decide a lot of things for this turn, depending how aggressive both Tim and Steven decide to be.
Yeah, because Steven's got a pretty good little path right there between the asteroids, and he can go wide on the other, but he's not going to have a shot on the yellow Skull Squadron pilot coming in from around the outside of that asteroid.
Well, it depends. He could free hard in or boost turn.
Yeah, but do you even think... I don't know that the swarm's even going to be there anymore. You don't... Or do you think they're turning in?
And that's what I would do. If I was him, I would hard kill probably everyone. Just turn on a dime and face my guns in that direction. But I'm not Tim, so we'll see what he does.
Well, that's half the fun. Guessing what they're gonna do.
Yeah, for real. So have we done a dad joke yet?
No, we haven't. Do you have a dad joke? I always like it when the guest host joins in and helps us out.
Yeah, I got one. So how do you make holy water?
I don't know. How do you make holy water?
Boil the hell out of it.
I'm sorry, you cut out 2 seconds.
Boil the hell out of it.
All right, nice. Boil the hell out of it. I like it. All right, how's everybody over in the chat? Everybody's being a little bit quiet.
Looks like someone looked for our Discord page, which is always good.
Yeah. Thanks for hopping in, McPrince. So while I am talking about this kind of stuff, I'm going to actually just toss up a couple of our alt art cards that we're going to be giving away here while they're making some decisions. So we've got the K2SO card, so we are giving those away for just a single streamer. So if we add one subscriber, excuse me, we got a dad joke, or a dad approved. So, but yeah, so we've got 7 currently. If we get one more subscriber tonight, we'll give away a K2SO card at the end of this. In addition, so if we can get 5, we have a new alt art card. So this awesome Vader card here. So we would love to give one away, so feel free to hit that subscribe button. And we will give that away at the end of the stream tonight.
I like that card. That's kind of fun. It's Vader in like a flight jacket. That's pretty fun.
Yeah, it's pretty slick. So those are Class A's.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, he's doing hard 2 to the left. I bet you all was
Called it. Nope, he definitely wasn't following that green skull squadron.
No, just not attempting enough of a hook. And I guess that's anyways, Steven's list is very well balanced. They're all I think they're almost the same exact cost. But that does make it hard to kind of beat players out since he doesn't have any valuable pieces to hang in front of him.
Right. Yeah, he'd have to toss out a Boba or something to get them to follow him. Of course, Boba's pretty intimidating in himself.
Yeah.
So let's see what's going on next. What are they pointing at? Oh, the probe droid.
I'm checking the lock ranks. Yeah, he looks like he fired his second probe droid during the system stage of this round.
Gotcha. Taking a target lock onto Constable Zubio.
Yep. From
I think it was green.
Bomber 3, so that's that looks like green bomber. Yeah, I'm really curious to see what Steven did here. I feel like he could be in trouble if he pushed the engage, because then he's gonna okay, yeah, good. He's not wasn't going for it.
So that was his plan, apparently.
I think the worst thing that could happen for Steven is if he gets just one of his fangs into really something like that and just gets shot to pieces by the droids.
Yep. Well, he's going for cover, it looks like, behind the asteroids. So we're going to be looking at, well, maybe not. So we've got probably range 3 on red right now. Through an asteroid?
I think he's a little beyond range. I don't think he's going to be... There might be a shot with Zuvio and the blue marker, but I think it's going to be that.
It's going to be a long range one. And then he did a hard 1. So with his Skull Squadron pilot there.
So he's doing a good job of forcing Tim to choose here, because next round, he's got Zuvio and potentially 2 skulls coming in from the right. But then he does have yellow, which could be flanking in from the left. And so if for example, if Tim just went straight here, Steven could potentially get some good flanking shots in.
Right.
And so Tim might actually have to split the party a bit, or commit to one side or the other, and just decide which side will probably get hurt less.
Makes sense.
If I was Tim, I would commit to the right side, because that's where most of the ships are.
Right, and then of course his Red Squadron or Skull Squadron pilot, that's moving right, so.
Yep.
Knowing Steven, he's got some form of plan. Alright, so we got a range 3 out of green Skull Squadron pilot. So he's going to be obstructed. He's going to roll 3 attack versus 4 defense. They've all got calculates, so not much of a threat. He's going to flip, maybe? Yep, he flips. 2 attack dice go through. And then he's got his focus, which he's going to spend. I expect. Of course, he's just going to take the hit.
Yeah, he's got to make calculations. Yeah,
there you go. Alright, then we've got Zuvio with the range 3, so he's going to have a range 3 returning shot from blue in the second. He's going to roll. What's he roll? 2?
2 dice.
We got a hit and a focus. He is a little wary about using that.
Yeah, because he's going to have the exact same machine with all the pockets.
Yeah. So he's going to evade out. Alright, turn fire. No shot. You were right. He was just beyond.
Yeah, so it looks like he's only gonna have like potentially 2 shots. Blue, green, maybe.
Nope,
Wow.
he missed on green. 1 shot out of blue at Zuvio.
So that's good for Steven, because he got more shots than he did.
That it is.
Yeah. But Steven's the one who takes the damage. Takes 1 hit on Zuvio. Yeah, I guess this is when things look really interesting.
Yeah.
Because unless Steven chooses to just totally disengage, this is probably when a few things are gonna die.
Yeah.
I played a slightly similar list to what Tim's playing against Steven, practicing for this tournament. Mm-hmm. And it was a pretty close game. It was a real, beatdown. I managed to beat Steven, but remains the only victim. After every other game, I've been completely annihilated.
Oh no.
Yeah, it is what it is. Excellence, it can be a good practice on Zen mentality. Just learn to self-life. Otherwise, you're gonna have a hate in the game, and no one wants that.
Right. Yeah, it's all about having fun for the most part. So obviously, when you're in a tournament like this, you definitely want to win. But as long as you're having a good time, that's what's really important.
Exactly, because it's a game. Yep.
Now Nate here, I believe he said next week is going to be his busiest week in X-Wing. So why don't you tell us what all you got going on?
Yeah. So I'm playing in this same squad leader tournament that we're watching, and so that tournament continues into next week. also next week the Renegades prequel tournament starts up, which that's part of the long-running Renegades series that I've been participating in. Shout out to William McDavid, who's been running a really great series there. And then as well, I am hoping to participate in Gold Squadron's Galaxies tournament on the Corellia, I guess, which is not this weekend but next weekend. And so all of that will be happening at the same time next week. So it's going to be a lot of X-Men tournaments for me all at once.
You gonna be playing on the road?
Yeah, that's what I've been on the past like several months. So just, that's the nice thing about being online is I just play from the hotel.
Right. They putting you up in the Ritz?
Sometimes. It's kind of eerie. The nicer the hotel, the more abandoned it feels because of the lockdown. Gotcha. There's not whereas like the kind of like cheaper hotel that's like right close to work is usually relatively packed with essential workers. But right now I'm in a nicer one, and it's just so empty. It's weird.
Yeah, I bet.
Like the other night, I couldn't even find a front desk person. Like I needed to talk to them about extending my stay, and I just could not find any employees anywhere in the hotel. It was like 7 p.m.
Really? That's odd. That's like the prime check-in time. Everybody got off work on their way out to the hotel.
It was downright spooky. Then I was like wandering around this hotel, big on nice lobby, no guests. No employees, nothing. We're here by myself. I'm expecting to start the theme song from the classic Stephen King movie start playing.
Oh yeah. So you see any little girls in bloody hallways?
Not yet. I'm hoping to keep my 0 going. Looks like Tim is putting the.
Yep, just a tad bit.
That's the nice thing about these droids is that things are able to calculate for the vultures and turn them on for the hyenas. So that's really nice because you can choose to just essentially just move in and still have your attack mod.
Mm-hmm. That moved very plainly too. Tim clearly knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he's practiced with this list.
For sure.
I will say, flying a droid swarm can be easier than it looks. Because they all it's almost like they move in notches of how they like to move at writing stuff. But flying it really well, that's definitely a skill.
Well, we've got a couple bumps right there.
Yeah. This is good and bad for Steven.
Well, on the green one, he might be in good shape because he might have missed that firing arc. He might have dodged that.
Exactly, yeah. Green is in a decent position. Yellow is actually not in as bad of a position as it might look because I don't think he's got more than 2 shots in him.
Yeah, I think he's got yellow and the white.
Yeah, and the white shot is range 1 in the front arc, which is exactly where the Skull Squadron likes to be.
Yeah, well, red's not looking so pretty, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, no, red's in trouble. But that's where the initiative comes in, because these fangs can just melt. They can just melt these vultures, and if your green dice, even average green dice, will not keep these vultures alive for very long. They pop quick. Mm-hmm. Oh, nice going with the boost. That's good. He reduced the number of shots on him by 2 right there.
Yep, and he's probably gonna clean white right off the board looking at this.
Okay, nice Zuvio in right there, and no bump from Zuvio. And that's nice because if pink vulture survives, that means Zuvio's in prime mine position essentially if his targets are still alive come next. days.
Very true.
And really now, it's interesting. Both sides are in good positions. It's going to be decided by the dice.
Yep.
At this current moment, I would predict that Steven's going to come out on top of this engagement, but probably not by much.
Who do you think Zuvio is going to be shooting at? Pink or? I mean, they've got a pretty darn good shot out of green for both at pink.
I think he's going to shoot brown.
Really? Oh yeah, because he's got a good shot on red, of course.
Yeah. Just because I feel the fangs are more valuable than Zuvio.
True.
Okay, so we got a range 1.
At white.
White. And that's DFS 311.
Yep. So that's only 3 hull that he's going against. So he.
You see track right there.
So 3 go through, so he's getting 1 at least.
Yep. And that's the power of fangs right there. Is just that.
Yep. So
damage.
2.
And now red's just gonna finish him off.
Yep. 2 go through on white. So let's reduce that. There we go. All right. So red rolling. Range 1.
Yeah, I would go for it if I was him, but he might shoot brown.
Yeah, he could definitely clean him off, but he's got 2 firing arcs on brown too. Nope, he's going after white.
Makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, I think he can still clear another one off with the other 2. If he, again, depending on the dice. There's a lot of calculate tokens over there on the other side.
Yeah, and really what can make a difference here, I mean, is if he gets cooked through. Yeah, that's a guaranteed dead right there.
Yeah, he's done.
And that's the thing, these droids, like, their offense is way better than their defense when they're combined together, because just the nature of the fact that red dice is better odds than green dice. And just the fact that you got only 2 of them, it's really easy to just get chewed down like that. Okay, now green, I predict he's either going to take the range 1 and techno green over here, or brown bolts, one of those 2. Maybe pink, but I predict either green hyena or brown vulture. Wait, he's dead though, right?
Yeah, he's gone.
He just, he might be done. I thought he was declaring an attack on white. I was like, he's dead. Don't shoot the dead guy.
Alright,
Pink.
go ahead.
Alright, it's not pink.
Okay. So 4. Yeah.
A kingdom for a focus.
No kidding. Yeah, he's gonna use calculate for sure. Yep. So he's clean. All right. That stinks. That dice roll was terrible.
Yep.
Okay, and then we've got Zuvio. See that orange little hand thinking.
Yep. So did Steven didn't get another hit on DFS 311, did he?
I'm trying to figure out these points here without moving my screen too much. Didn't he just have, I thought brown. Sorry folks, gotta zoom out.
Yeah, it looks like he just killed.
White's
DFS
dead, brown's
311.
got 1 down.
But who did red shoot then? Because I thought red lit up DFS 311.
Alright, so brown's dead, right? And then white's dead. Sorry, he tossed his cards right out in front of brown. It was confusing me. Alright.
I see. Okay, cool.
Brown and white. So he got 2 down.
I thought red was shooting that white, but he shot brown. So.
Ooh, hit crit. Very nice.
Oh man.
That's no good for Steven. Good job, Tim.
Yeah, and that's why you gotta be Zen, man. You can have the best setup in the world. You can have all, and then it just won't go your way sometimes.
Yep. What's the crit on Zuvio?
Yeah, I did not see. It must have been direct hit because I flipped him. So that's a dead Zuvio. Right? Yeah, that's a dead Zuvio. It doesn't go to drop the mine.
Oh, goodness.
And then he hits 2 of his own ships with a dead man switch, too.
Oh, no.
But he does hit 3 droids. Woof. Woof. Steven's gonna have a long hill to climb to come back from this. So that puts the score at 49, Tim, 45, Steven, so far.
Steven evades out of that shot.
Nice, yeah, see there was the Fang's ability coming in for you.
Alright.
Evades that too.
Did he get his Red Skull Squadron pilot? Did he hit him with Dead Man Switch too?
Yeah, I think he did.
And then he did damage to pink, green, and brown, right?
Brown's dead.
Oh,
Brown. Alright. So Brown's dead, white is dead, and he hit pink, blue, and green.
pink, blue, and green. Sorry, I couldn't see that very well. Pink, blue, and green. Alright.
Alright, so as it is, Tim comes out of this engagement 4 points ahead of Steven.
Yep. But I think Zuvio's a much bigger loss, in all honesty.
Especially where he was. I mean, because he was in prime position to drop a mine.
Yep.
And so if Zuvio had survived even by 1 health just for 1 round, that mine could have killed 1 round of their substitute. And that always makes a big difference. At this point, it is still anyone's game. He's got, 1 full health Fang and 2 Fangs that have, most of their health left. They can do a lot, and he's doing a good job of popping his vultures before they get a chance to do their Discord stuff. And, the hyenas are tanky and they can survive longer than you expect them to, but without the calculate support from the vultures, he can make quick work of them. And so while this engagement didn't quite go what Steven would have liked, I think that Steven is operationally in the lead. Potentially. But I feel like if he can fly well and get some good shots lined up, even if he gets shot back, he can probably kill at least 2 more vultures this round.
Yep.
And if he manages, my prediction is if he manages to kill 1 or 2 ships without losing any this round, then he's pretty much guaranteed to win. That's my gut feel, anyways.
What do you think? I kind of thinking K-turn at a yellow Skull Squadron pilot, but I think he's gonna see that coming. He's gonna want. He needs to keep making shots. That's the big thing. What do you think these guys are gonna do?
Yeah. So they got the 4 and the 2 Talon rolls. What Steven is gonna do. Let's see. Red is stressed, so Red's probably gonna do it blue, but yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see like a Talon or a K from yellow. I would expect his green to just turn hard right and just kind of like try to follow the droids. Or maybe even just he might just bank 2, but probably turn 1 because these droids they're stressed too, and so they're probably going to continue stress for the blue too.
So he's just gonna end up with green. He's just gonna bump, is what you're thinking on one of these droids.
But if he does a hard 1, he'll not. I think green is in the best spot to find. What I think Tim's gonna do is probably try to slow roll with the yellow and green hyena. Probably try to turn around with red hyena, and then I would expect he's gonna be doing a blue hyena to the left with pink and blue, trying to get rid of that stress.
Gotcha.
But granted, that's what I would do, and I've lost my past 2 games horrifically in this tournament. What I would do is usually the correct thing to do. But this is always where flying a swarm gets really interesting. Is once the other list is kind of like broken up your formation, what do you do?
Right.
Especially with the droid swarm, where each piece is so individually fragile.
Yep. Yeah. They definitely don't have. They're not hefty. That's for certain.
No, yeah, it's just. Yeah, like every time I watch just something nasty like a Fang joust the swarm, it just always makes me think of like sharks or school students with their mouth open, just gulp up as many as they can.
Right. All right. I think we need a second dad joke tonight. What do you think, Nate?
Sure. You got one?
So working on it. Give me a second. I had one. I gotta find it.
Yeah, that's a hard 2 with the drones. Yep.
There we go.
And looks like he's trying to go for the block with the bombers.
There we go. He did bump with yellow. Turning in hard with the red.
Yeah, that's I feel this is a good move. He's he's basically trying to line his guns in green.
Yep.
And that makes a lot of sense because that's the one he's just gonna have the best chance at shooting.
If Steven was smart, well, no, he's not stressed, right? So red was, so he could do a K turn.
Yeah.
Let's see if he saw it coming.
It would be fascinating as if green did it. That could dodge a good chunk of the guns, just jump behind the hyenas.
That would be interesting. Let's see what he does. He barrel rolls out.
Yeah, rolling out, so just give him that position. If you went 2 straight. And that's not a bad position because the vultures are facing the green. And you look at this, he's got those hyenas pinned between 2 fangs.
Yeah.
Like, so it looks like those vultures, like only blue has a shot even. And so I think that Steven's come out on top as far as positioning. So,
Yeah, there's definitely some options. Taking a focus on yellow.
yep. Yeah, I feel like what he's gonna do here is he's gonna melt yellow hyena, and then he's only gonna Tim will only have 2 shots, one from red, one from blue, and that unless he gets some crazy variants, not much happen.
All right, so we've got green going into yellow, I believe.
Yep, green on the other, he's got fearless because he's in the front arc.
We got a hit and 2 focuses.
Yeah, so that's gonna be 2 hits. That's fearless.
And then we get 1 evade. Sharing, calculate, and he evades out. Next, yellow's taking a shot on yellow.
Melee range, but he's got the focus token.
Yep. So it doesn't how much. He's got a crit and a hit. So focus doesn't how much with blanks.
There's a crit and focus, so. But he gets a crit through, so that's something.
Yep. So 1 crit goes through. Let's see what he deals out. Stun pilot. So after you execute a maneuver, if you move through it or overlapped an obstacle, suffer 1 damage, as I'm sure you all know.
Yep. It's always kind of funny to get those on droids. Keeps them from using their spots.
Yep.
And now is when we'll see.
Yellow into green.
If this was me playing, this is when my green dice would pop out.
So 1 hit goes through.
Yeah, he gets the evade, so he's good there.
Yep. He's clean.
No shot from blue, so he's only got the shot from red. Looks like he spent the luck.
Yep. 1 evade. So 1 goes through onto green, right?
You get 2 evades.
2 evades, excuse me.
Yeah, at this point, I feel what we're gonna see is Steven just kind of continue to pick off droids until I'm calling it for Steven here, unless there's some, either a fantastic block or some whack variants. I think that Steven's got this one. It just feels like he's got more of his ships in the position for good shots next round than Tim does.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they decide to do. Tim's definitely not out of it though. He could totally pull something off. But you're probably right. As of right now, Stephen has done a better job of flying his ships. He's got them positioned very well.
Yeah, and I guess what's making these, I think what's giving the Fangs the positional advantage is the fact that they have access to barrel roll and boost, whereas none of the droids can boost.
Right.
And boost is surprisingly powerful.
It'll definitely get you out of a jam, that's for sure.
It'll get you out of a jam, and it can also just like give you like a crazy Hail Mary shot, just barely. Do a lot of things.
Alright, so I've got another dad joke. You ready, Nate?
I'm ready for it.
Alright, so I bought some shoes from a drug dealer today. I don't know what he laced them with, but I've been tripping all day.
Oh man, I think we went to the same webpage for dad jokes.
Hey, I tried to go like 7-8 pages in, so I'm trying to go to the dregs of the dad jokes.
Oh, what's funny is literally the page I went to was 99 dad jokes. So the one I said was number 4, and the one that you said is number 5. We're right next to each
Oh, no, we're not on the same page. This one somebody copied from that page, I'm afraid. The other one was, my wife is really mad at me at the fact that I have no sense of direction. So I packed up my stuff and write.
That's funny.
I had to read it twice, so I'm tired. I need a coffee. So what do you have planned after this tonight? You gonna go play?
I don't have any games tonight. I mean, honestly, I'll probably just stay up late playing Death Stranding tonight.
What are you gonna play?
Death Stranding.
I don't know that one.
It's Kojima's latest game, but it came out last November, but it just came out for PC last month.
Gotcha.
So I've been playing it. It's trippy as heck. I don't know if you're familiar with Kojima's games or not, but they're known for being really weird, really cerebral. And this game's got a lot of Norman Reedus' butt in it.
Gotcha. Yeah, you know what? I have heard of that, so I know now that you said that. Oddly enough, I know exactly what you're referring to.
Yep, Naked Norman Reedus is like the mascot for those games.
All right. Interesting.
It makes more sense in context with the question mark, maybe. It's fun. I like it. It's not for everyone though. It's a slow burn. I didn't really start having fun with it until about 3 or 4 hours in.
Gotcha.
But eventually it just clicked. I was like, oh, this is fun. All right, interesting move from Green here. And Yellow not gonna have a shot. That's too bad. Green's position could be good or bad, depending on if he can kill Blue or not. But
Right.
the thing is, he kind of turned right into that small little kill box there.
Right.
So as it's set up, I guess you're right. I probably was running to discount Tim as much as I did last round because Tim's got a lot more shots lined up this round, but he's only got what looks like 2 calculates between his whole list.
That's true.
And then target lock from left, looks like. So it's just, it's going to be interesting. We'll see what happens. Because while variance is a huge part of this game, actually is definitely a game of positioning. Who can have, in a game of dice, it's all about who has the most dice.
Right. Well, and how well those dice treat you too.
Yeah, but the way to dice treating you better, I guess, is just to roll more of them.
Right. And have more modified shots.
Yeah, or just say screw green dice and fly all the ghosts.
Yeah.
Triple VCX building.
There we go. And he bumps. Did he bump? I can't tell.
No bump from him.
He definitely. Oh, you're right. From that. That was a terrible angle.
Yellow had bumped green, and that's why it says bump there.
Gotcha.
That's all.
That camera angle was just bad. It looked like well, I'm just bad at calling bumps. One of the two.
Someone's firing.
Buzz droids.
Blue tried to. That boost was very smart from
Steven.
Steven there, because that saved his butt from those buzz droids, because these things, like a buzz droid can wreck a thing, with that auto crit.
Oh, right. Oh, nice.
Okay,
hit. And a crit.
Here's where the laser beam comes in.
That was terrible. Sorry.
Yeah, that's a very dead vulture there.
Yep. Adios.
Yeah, so Blue taking all kinds of hits and crits. The crit for those interested is those stabilizers.
Not that it matters much in this case.
Yeah, but Blue says they're gonna inject them into space.
Yeah, right.
He's got another range one with Travis, and the yellow here, so it's another good shot. So the chance to hit and extends the focus,
There
going
we
aggressive.
go.
I like
Adios.
it.
Oh, blanks. Ouch. Yellow is dead.
And yellow is damaged too. That's just enough. I have to say, it's a great feeling as the attacker, a terrible feeling as the defender when they hit your hit points exactly.
Yep. It's a
Okay,
bit
that
demoralizing.
Yeah, that was definitely a good engagement from Steven. We'll see if we'll see what these bots do to green.
Yep. They definitely have a chance of taking him out.
Super fortunate to dodge that buzz droid though. I have to reiterate that. That was really close.
Yeah, you're not kidding. Yep, he evades out. So he gets away from pink. What about red? He's firing on red. Red v red.
He doesn't want the Concordia face-off trigger.
Alright.
Vegas.
Yep. He doesn't have a calculate, does he?
Nope. As locks on green.
That's we've got that's it.
Rough run for Tim.
No kidding. I thought he had really had a chance right there.
Yeah, I kind of had too, but you know, this is kind of par for the course of what I've been seeing droids lately, especially without any kind of relay. Yeah, now it's 3-on-3, and
Well, and he's got, you know, they're kind of close on hit points.
Steven definitely has the advantage.
Yeah, with 3 fangs versus
So
droids,
that's,
I'd say so.
Steven's at what? He scored 142 now to Tim's 45.
Yeah.
And miracles do happen sometimes, but you can't count on them.
So how's everybody in the chat doing? Come on, what do you guys think? Enjoying your game? It's dead silent in the chat. So that can just like, you guys napping? It's not that boring. It's fun. How's everybody's rounds going in Renegades tournament? Anybody playing?
I'll say the Renegades team tournaments, and it's like its final round, right?
Yeah, I think so. Bad day to be a droid. Yes, that it is.
Speaking of tournaments, just here in the Strawberry tournament, I want to do this. He was my teammate, Adam Hill. He was my teammate in the Renegades team tournament. He's killing it so far this round. He's 2 for 2 currently.
Nice. So it's gonna be handy. Alright, coming in with a 2 hard? That's a question, I can't see very well.
Yeah, blue 2 hard.
There we go.
Boost.
Boost. Is he expecting what? What's he doing with green?
He just looks like he's just clearing the shots. Just trying to get a little breathing room so he can turn around.
So this is going to be a repositioning round from the looks of things.
That's what it looks like, yeah. I might get some blood. Red's in a position to kill.
That he is. So we got, yeah, red v red for certain.
Yeah, it looks like green will have a found red. Unless Steven repositions here. But the thing is, if you put a roll or something like that, then I don't think you'd have a shot. Yeah, just going for the focus. Good choice.
Okay, here come the dice.
Yep. Yeah, range 9.
4v2.
Oof.
Very nice. 3 go through. Doesn't look like he's gonna spend that focus.
Yeah, he's got 2 shots coming on him, and
Yep.
they got just enough to die again. Man, that's tough for Tim. I feel your pain, Tim.
You are uniquely qualified to feel his pain.
Yeah. One of the other, I can't remember if it was the last one or the one before I said I played. He's just the most horrendously over the top crit cascade, where like he had just damage every time he had a crit, and then the crowd makes able to hit crits, and he kept drawing the extra damage crit. And so the one vulture had like 8 hit cards on him by the time he died, just for a shot.
Jeez.
So that thing was just dust by the end.
Yeah, there wasn't anything left. That's the space equivalent of cremation.
Yeah, pretty much. Just the epitome of those.
Alright. What are we
So,
thinking?
one tricky thing I'm seeing here for Steven is with yellow, you will have to be careful to not accidentally kind of that right as he comes up. I guess he could just roll one off of it, so maybe it's not that much of a worry. I just know that would be something I would forget about, and I'll totally run that kind of thing.
Yeah, let's avoid that.
If he does a hard one, that might put him in a position to shoot green after hit the monster. Or, you know, who knows, maybe he's going to play aggressive and just not care about it. Or just plan to roll off of it, I don't know. He does have a roll length of focus, so he can always roll off of it if he feels. Oh, nice talon from red.
That was slick. Oh
Yeah,
man,
he does with the yellow, yep.
red's gonna die.
Yeah, this could be it. I mean, the hyenas do have 5 holes, so it's possible we'll get one more round after this, but it is possible for things to end here. We'll see.
There's at least one more round, if not 2, because he's gonna probably have to reposition after this. Just a guess.
And that is assuming that Tim drags it all the way up to the bitter end.
Fight, Tim. Fight.
Go for that Hail Mary one against the world.
We got a hit, crit, excuse me. And we got an evade, and he's gonna spend that.
The count kept so no dead red gun.
No dead. But he is no longer covered by that calculate. So let's see what we can get off with that yellow. And the dice gods were kind. So one evade goes. Oh, we got a hit crit. So on
The crit
to
is blinded pilot. You can only modify your attack dice with force for the default effect.
Alright. Blinded. There we go.
And he's just got one shot, it looks like. That's tough. I thought for sure he'd have a shot with red, but he's not.
Alright, he gets one hit. And it evades out. Alright, so no blood. Yeah, no, I thought Red had a shot too.
I do have to say, I think visually, the Fang Fighters are one of my favorite ships in X-Wing currently.
They do look cool. They've
And
got
thematically, they're pretty cool too.
yeah, for sure. I've seen some pretty wicked repaints on some of them too. I think Steven has a couple. I mean, oddly enough, folks, there are physical ships. So, but Steven, so I think he has a couple that he's modded up a tad bit. So
Yeah,
I
something I love in the from is that like you don't quite get it visually from it's like a static game with the models, but in the show the wings are always just like spinning around them as they fire. It looks super cool.
Yep, for sure. You know, the one thing I like is with the Aether sprites. So the fact that they're coming out with that ring, I think that's pretty cool looking.
The ring looks way cool. And I love how it fits on the other Republic ships. That's really cool.
Yeah. Over in the chat, what are you guys most excited for coming out of the next couple waves? Have you already got all your stuff pre-ordered, Nate?
I've got my gunships pre-ordered. Yeah.
Yeah. You just stick with the one faction?
Empire and Separatists. Yeah.
Okay.
So I've got the gunships pre-ordered. And I'll probably I might pre-order my I'll probably pre-order the other stuff as it grows closer. I'm definitely excited about the TIE Heavy. That was fun. I'm excited to have a new Imperial ship after more than a year.
Yeah. So
And I really like the model for the TIE Heavy too. It looks great.
it does. It looks pretty cool. So it's exciting to see some, like I said, that Gen Con. They did a good job with Gen Con, I have to say, in my opinion. I know some people disagree, but I thought it was pretty awesome. So we've got somebody looking for that size shuttle. So that is a pretty cool looking ship, I gotta say. Okay, we've got a hit coming out of green. So we got focus. He's gonna deal out the last two, looks like. So that ship is off the board. Red is dead. Okay, so we've got, well, we've only got green left. Looks like he's got a range 3 on green. Rolling 2v4. So we've got, oh, focus. And he clearly evades. Back to the dials. This will probably be the last round, assuming Steven can get back around. Honestly, not how I expected this to go. So I was a little worried for Steven there towards the beginning.
Yeah, it was definitely up in the air at the beginning.
McPrince, all the folks need new toys. You always need more toys. No, I actually have got a new resin 3D printer, so I got the big old Elgoo Saturn here last week. I would love to print some of these ships on a larger scale, so with some real high detail. That Fang Fighter would be cool as heck sitting on my desk.
Yeah, it would.
So I've got a TIE FO, I've got 2 of those, and I got a X-Wing. Well, no, T-70, I guess. But my 3-year-old broke off one of the wings on my X-Wing, so
You just gonna reprint it?
I didn't print those. I bought those. It was before I had my printers, unfortunately. So maybe I can reprint that part, though. We'll have to see.
Oh man, you should take the opportunity to like print like a battle damaged wing or something like that.
Yeah, it's not that broke, so I'm gonna have to try to figure out how to fix it. It's just that the piece keeps on getting lost because my girls keep messing with it.
Those resin printers are really cool. Like the detail they can get on those is amazing.
Yep, I've been pretty darn impressed. So I had one in the past that I got off Kickstarter, and it just did not function very well. But that's kind of the risk you take buying something off Kickstarter. What I'd really like to do is I'd like to print some Razor Crests and give them out as prizes here sometime. Once I can get settled in and move, I'd like to get a couple of them painted up and shipped out. I'm looking forward to the Razor Crest coming out. It's gonna be in X-Wing at some point. So I'm hoping that they start showing off some more space battles or something in Mandalorian coming out here in October.
Right?
So any opportunity for more ships is always fun.
Yeah, more ships always good.
So I think as X-Wing players, every single anything they put out on Disney Plus or any shows or televisions or movies, the first thing we're looking for is what ships can we get? Because again, we always no kidding. 4 go through.
But you're right. Yeah, please more Star Wars media. I can get more X-Wing toys.
Yeah.
That's the primary reason I want more. It's also nice when the show's good, but more ships, please.
Yep.
Oof. Double quotes.
This might finish him off. And I think it does.
Yeah. Well, actually, I don't know. Yeah, it does. It does, yeah. Yep.
Alright, that's game, folks. Yeah, like I said, I did not quite expect that. I thought it was going to be a little tougher.
Yeah, that was kind of a rough game for Tim because after he hit Zubio, he didn't land a single other shot. In fact, the damages on the fangs were done by Steven.
Yep.
So that's just tough, man. But it goes to show that Steven did an excellent job with lining up the shots, all the good mods with his fangs, because that Concordia face-off and Fearless, that combo is something else.
No kidding. Well, like I said, I've tossed up the K2SO. Obviously, that we've been kicked off the server, looks like. So, but K2SO card. So we didn't get a subscriber, so unfortunately, we won't be giving that away tonight. But again, spend those dad points next round. So we will be having more streams here to come. So we get 5 in the same night. So like we have in a couple past, we'll toss out these Vader cards that we've got here now. So. But thank you for watching. So Nate, we do appreciate you hopping in here and helping me stream Steven's game. So appreciate the commentary. So hope we can do it again sometime.
Absolutely, yeah. I love this.
Awesome. Well, I don't know if Steven's going to hop in here. I thought he was, but I think he forgot, to tell you the truth.
It's likely.
So, well, I will take us out. So sleep tight and don't let the bed bugs bite.